When everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it.
Life is what we make it. Always has been. Always will be.
You may be disappointed if you fail, but you are doomed if you don't try.
It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop.
Rise up. Start fresh. See the bright opportunity in each day.
For the past 33 years, I have looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something.
The biggest task in the morning is to try to keep my headspace from being invaded by the outside world. In the morning a man walks with his whole body. In the evening, only with his legs.
There are so many reasons to be thankful every day. I am thankful for you.
Let me wake up next to you. Have coffee in the morning and wander through the city with your hand in mine. And I'll be happy for the rest of my little life.
You have bewitched me, body and soul, and I love you. I never wish to be parted from you from this day on.
Morning without you is a dwindled dawn.
The next morning it dawned bright and sweet, like ribbon candy.
I've got nothing to say, but it's okay. Good morning. Good morning.
The morning is good because we remember that no matter what went wrong the previous days, we just got a perfect opportunity to rewrite history and do better.
Sometimes just lie in bed. Don't make an effort to rush off into the morning. Listen to the earth rouse from sleep and you'll understand how perfect life is designed to be.
The brain is a wonderful organ. It starts working the moment you get up in the morning and does not stop until you get into the office.
Everything in your life is dictated by you. Be who you want to be. Think positive thoughts and great things will happen to you.
Being happy or sad, gloomy or excited, moody or stable, are options that are presented to you every morning. You just have to make the right choice.
Be the person that when your feet touch the floor in the morning the devil says, "Aw shit, they're up."
The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall.
The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing.
If you set your goals ridiculously high and it's a failure, you will fail above everyone else's success.
If life were predictable, it would cease to be life and be without flavor.
Spread love everywhere you go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier.
Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant.
Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. In the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined. Life itself is the most wonderful fairy tale. Do not let making a living prevent you from making a life.
Keep smiling, because life is a beautiful thing and there's so much to smile about.
Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. The real test is not whether you avoid this failure, because you won't. It's whether you let it harden or shame you into inaction, or whether you learn from it, whether you choose to persevere. Your current life is the result of your previous choices. If you want something different, begin to choose differently. I put my phone as far across the room as possible the night before, to force me out of bed when the alarm goes off.
One day you will wake up and there won't be any more time to do the things you've always wanted. Do it now.
Worry never robs tomorrow of its sorrow. It only saps today of its joy.
Watch your thoughts. They become words. Watch your words. They become actions. Watch your actions. They become a habit. Watch your habits. They become character. Watch your character. It becomes your destiny.
We think, mistakenly, that success is the result of the amount of time we put in at work, instead of the quality of time we put in.
Your first ritual that you do during the day is the highest leveraged ritual, by far. Because it has the effect of setting your mind, and setting the context, for the rest of your day.
A day without laughter is a day wasted.
These morning practices are what fuel me. Keeping my routine is not about willpower.
The repetition becomes the important thing. It's a form of mesmerism. I mesmerize myself to reach a deeper state of mind.
When I'm just waking up, I like to keep a space for my own thoughts and ideas. Checking my phone is not a priority of mine.
Whether the day is for writing, designing, or painting, the consistent practice of a morning routine is the doorway into it all.
When I'm tempted to skip my morning routine, or another form of self-care, I remind myself that I can better serve the people I love and the projects I care about when I start with me.
I care less about my wake-up time than about the number of hours slept.
Waking up early, connecting with nature, and having my quiet time are priorities to me, and they are non-negotiable.
Starting my day with exercise gives me a big mood and energy boost throughout the day and makes me feel like I've accomplished something right off the bat.
If I need to remind myself to bring something with me in the morning, I'll usually put my car keys on top of it.
My principal motivation is supporting my family, which is not a bad reason for getting up in the morning. That's always been my motivation, to take care of the people who rely on me.
She believed a cup of coffee marked the beginning of each day. The best love is the kind that awakens the soul, that makes us reach for more, that plants the fire in our hearts and brings peace to our minds. That's what I hope to give you forever.
When the sun came up, I couldn't tell where heaven stopped and the earth began.
The world is full of dreamers. There aren't enough who will move ahead and begin to take concrete steps to actualize their vision.
If I fail to follow my morning routine, I try to get a hard workout in. A hard workout is like a manual restart of the day.
In 1 minute you can change your attitude, and in that minute you can change your entire day.
Mornings are so precious because it's when I'm most productive. For me, 30 minutes at 5:30 a.m. is equivalent to at least an hour at 3 p.m.
When I find something I value, I systematize it into my daily habits. Then I live by my values freely and effortlessly.
The most important thing I do each morning is steady myself by not allowing a sense of urgency to penetrate.
Front-loading my day is my productivity secret.
If I can feel like the chaos is at least known, I can dive in with more composure.
I find that checking my phone in the morning tramples over my positive vibes, because we all know that checking messages is like rattling a wasp nest.
There is enormous power in nailing your morning routine, but there's even more power in adapting to it when it doesn't happen as we'd like.
The silence in the morning holds lots of expectations and is more hopeful than the silence at night.
Eating right and taking the time to slow down and plan in the morning is crucial to a productive day.
I've found that the first 30 minutes of my day have the biggest impact on how I feel for the rest of my waking hours.
For many years, my morning routine was a result of how other people expected me to show up. I was overwhelmed and off-center because I was ignoring the messages my body was sending me.
It is never too late to be what you might have been.
Either write something worth reading or do something worth writing.
Your imagination is your preview of life's coming attractions.
There's always a sunrise and always a sunset, and it's up to you to choose to be there for it, said my mother. Put yourself in the way of beauty.
If the world were merely seductive, that would be easy. If it were merely challenging, that would be no problem. But I arise in the morning torn between a desire to improve the world and a desire to enjoy the world. This makes it hard to plan the day. Those who dream by night in the dusty recesses of their minds wake up in the day to find it was vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they may act their dreams with open eyes, to make it possible.
The day will be what you make it, so rise, like the sun, and burn.
Someday is not a day of the week.
True terror is to wake up one morning and discover that your high school class is running the country.
It isn't as bad as you sometimes think it is. It all works out. Don't worry. I say that to myself every morning.
Given another shot at life, I would seize every minute of it, look at it and really see it, try it on, live it, exhaust it, and never give that minute back until there was nothing left of it.
Get up in the morning and look at the world in a way that takes nothing for granted. Everything is phenomenal. Everything is incredible. Never treat life casually. To be spiritual is to be amazed.
There is no sunrise so beautiful that it is worth waking me up to see it.
The scariest thought in the world is that someday I'll wake up and realize I've been sleepwalking through my life, underappreciating the people I love, making the same hurtful mistakes over and over, a slave to neuroses, fear and the habitual.
Sometimes you climb out of bed in the morning and you think, I'm not going to make it, but you laugh inside, remembering all the times you felt that way.
So fine was the morning except for a streak of wind here and there, that the sea and sky looked all one fabric, as if sails were stuck high up in the sky, or the clouds had dropped down into the sea.
Before I leave the house, I say 5 things I love about myself, like, you have really pretty eyes. That way I can go out into the world with that little bit of extra confidence.
The moment when you first wake up in the morning is the most wonderful of the 24 hours. No matter how weary or dreary you may feel, you possess the certainty that, during the day that lies before you, absolutely anything may happen. And the fact that it practically always doesn't matters not a jot. The possibility is always there.
Your morning sets up the success of your day. So many people wake up and immediately check text messages, emails, and social media. I use my first hour awake for my morning routine of breakfast and meditation to prepare myself.
You've got to wake up each day and understand what that day is about. You've got to have personal goals. Be flexible in getting to those goals, but if you do not have goals, you will not achieve them. It is a myth that you need to rise and shine to have a good start to a day. You can roll around in bed thinking about friends like me and you will still have a great start to the day.
If you want to make your dreams come true, the first thing you have to do is wake up.
When one begins to turn in bed, it is time to get up. Your attitude is like a box of crayons that color your world. Constantly color your picture gray, and your picture will always be bleak. Try adding some bright colors to the picture by including humor, and your picture begins to lighten up.
Clear written goals have a wonderful effect on your thinking. They motivate you and galvanize you into action. They stimulate your creativity, release your energy, and help you to overcome procrastination as much as any other factor.
A good plan today is better than a perfect plan tomorrow.